When you start praying consistently at midnight, beware of these 5 things. Midnight prayer is not just another prayer schedule. It is a spiritual position. And when that position becomes consistent, it begins to produce responses, not just feelings. Some of these responses are subtle, some are intense, some are misunderstood. Today, I want to walk you through 5 things that begin to happen when you start praying consistently at midnight, so you are aware, grounded, and aligned, not confused or afraid. 1. Divine, waking, and spiritual response. When you start praying consistently at midnight, your spirit becomes synchronized with the spiritual realm. Many people notice that they begin to wake up before alarms, sometimes at the exact hour they usually pray, without effort. This is not coincidence, it is response. Consistency attracts attention in the spirit realm. Just as Daniel's prayers were heard the moment he set his heart to seek God, sustained midnight prayer establishes a pattern that heaven recognizes. When prayer becomes consistent, the spiritual realm adjusts around it. This is why some people notice increased alertness, unusual promptings, or a heightened sense of awareness during the night hours. 2. Empowered thoughts and desires. When you start praying consistently at midnight, your thoughts and desires begin to carry weight. Midnight prayer is a quiet hour. Distractions are reduced. The soul is less noisy. This allows prayers, thoughts, and intentions to be charged with focus. Scripture shows us that Daniel's thoughts were heard in heaven because his heart was aligned through prayer. This does not mean every thought manifests. It means intentional prayer sharpens spiritual influence. You may notice that what you pray about begins to move faster, not because you are striving, but because alignment has increased. 3. Heightened spiritual sensitivity. When you start praying consistently at midnight, spiritual sensitivity increases. God may begin to reveal insights about people, situations, or even territories. This does not mean superiority, it means responsibility. Sensitivity increases because trust increases. God often entrusts awareness to those willing to stand in the gap during quiet hours. This is why some people begin to receive clearer dreams, promptings, or burdens for others during sustained midnight prayer. 4. Increased spiritual consciousness. When you start praying consistently at midnight, your awareness of God's presence becomes stronger. Some people experience a deep sense of stillness, heightened alertness, strong spiritual atmosphere during prayer. This is not something to chase or dramatize. It is something to respond to with focus and reverence. Midnight prayer often intensifies awareness because the body is quiet, the environment is still, and the spirit is more attentive. This is why prayer during this hour often feels different, not louder, but deeper. 5. Unusual favor and alignment. When you start praying consistently at midnight, favor begins to follow alignment. This does not always appear as sudden miracles. Often it shows up as doors opening smoothly, people responding favorably, delays lifting quietly. Prayer does not force favor, it positions you for it. Consistent prayer cultivates an atmosphere where decisions, timing, and relationships begin to align naturally. When you start praying consistently at midnight, things begin to change. Not because the hour is magical, but because consistency creates spiritual positioning. These 5 things are not meant to frighten you. They are meant to prepare you. Midnight prayer is not about fear. It is about alignment, and when alignment increases, response follows.